defining decades in music history. Bands like Bon Jovi, Air Supply, Madonna, Twisted Sister, Wham! Roared into the 80s and forever changed the world of music. But very few people know the story about the band that kept the 80s alive during the 90s. And this is their untold story. In the early 1990s, the Harvesters were nothing more than a local sensation who had a unique sound. Although the band had many members throughout the 80s, the real talent of the group came from the three founding members. Steve Palmer, lead guitar and vocals. Jason Budge, tambourine and backup vocals. And Jason Norton on the cowbell. In the 80s, the Harvesters were at the top of their game. Getting any gig they wanted, any girl they wanted, they were the Harvesters. Girls would do anything to be with the Harvesters. They loved the way they looked. But it wasn't until the late 1980s that fate was to cross their path. They met the three girls of their dreams. Yes, the three girls that would end up changing the Harvesters forever. The Harvesters would practice for hours on end on an abandoned warehouse in the outskirts of town, where their adoring fans would love to catch a glimpse. But there was just one fan who claimed to be their #1 fan, Seth Adams.
Oh, I've followed the Harvesters for as long as I can remember, and I love them. My favorite member of the band is Jason Norton.
But with all fairy tale stories, there has to be a villain. And in this case, it was the girls in the eyes of Seth Adams. Jealousy started to creep in its ugly face. They started to take center stage. Seth didn't like it.
I was very disappointed when those girls started following him. He's so upset. I was their biggest fan. Their biggest fan. And then those girls got in the way. And he got in the way.
A few years after finding their sound, newer, better bands started moving in on their turf. Bands like The Cure, who had better marketing plans and actual band managers. As sales plummeted, Jason Norton spent months developing a new business plan. He presented his new plan with Steve and Jason, but they didn't quite catch his vision. Meanwhile, Budge had other ideas, often daydreaming about cans and some sort of shelving system that would rotate them. He would share their ideas with them and enrage the band. Norton would often say, "What about the band?" Then, during one band practice in 2004, as Budge was daydreaming about his new can rotation idea, the band members finally had enough. Jason Norton was enraged and did something that changed the band forever.
You look over at Budge, and he's got this look on his face like he's off in La La Land. I don't know what he was even thinking, but he wasn't playing music.
That poser just comes in with his little idea, and what are we supposed to do? Our band, it's done!
Well, for all I know, the Harvesters are through. We clearly can't have a guy that plays with cans.
As the band members went their separate ways to find their callings in life, Norton found his calling amongst cows. He tried to recruit Steve to his new adventure, but Steve felt he needed to return to his roots. He told Budge he wanted to join him in building can rotating shelves. And that's when Shelf Reliance was born. Years later, they knew they needed to take Shelf Reliance to another level, and they needed the marketing genius of one Jason Norton. After a successful meeting, the Harvesters were once again back together, and a new chapter in Shelf Reliance was born. Just a quick trim and they were ready to rock, business style.
They're gonna be going up